You couldn't ask for a better way to end your Friday night than right here inside of Brimstone Stadium, host of the Birmingham Hellhounds, as they are welcoming in the Fort Worth Toros in an event that we are so excited to be presenting to you. It is the SFL right here on the Virtual Football Network on YouTube. Camera and duty along with my partner Anthony Ellison. We got an all-star crew of Ellie Diomes and J.W. Hartshorn and the stats truck, and of course Cameron Irvine at SFL headquarters. Anthony, Fort Worth 3-2, Birmingham 4-1, their first matchup, and boy, we have some offensive juggernauts here to talk about this evening.
Absolutely, you have two teams that will do whoever they can to run the football. They are going to chew the clock. So if you're in the stands, you might want to stay put because this game might go by pretty quickly. These are two-headed rushing attack teams, and they're going to be looking to control the game on the ground.
Blink and you miss it. It could be the name of the game today. Folks, we've talked about these teams at the top of the league when it comes to time of possessions, controlling the football. Who's going to come out ahead could be very well decided in the fact that when you get the football tonight, you better make sure that you put points up on the board as many times as you possibly can. And we might get it back. It could be a three. As I like to say, you're not going to go anywhere for the next 4 quarters or so, maybe even longer. Who knows? Kickoff is underway. Welcome in, get comfortable, and let's have some fun. Touchback to start today's game, and we will look at the starting lineup as it will be quarterback Scar Patterson for Fort Worth. The halfbacks Jet Zero, Jay-Z Bacon. The fullback is Aaron Alexander. The wide receivers are Henry McGee, Mike St. Green, Smithers Withers from the fourth, and Stephen Hacker. Two tight end set. We'll pause there for this first play of the day. Split backs for Scar Patterson. He throws to the middle of the field. It's incomplete. Good defense, Anthony. Yeah,
and they're going to be having multiple eyes and multiple players on Stephen Hacker right there. That was a play for him. And that's a great. Go out there and jump on the passing attack, knowing that that defense is looking for the run.
We set two receiver set, Robert Garrett Jr. and James Matthew Jr. The two tackles, Duke LaRue and Emilio Panda. And at guard, it's Jaleel LaRue. Man in motion on 2nd and 10. I formation. Here's Patterson. Quick throw out of the backfield. Finds his man. Nothing there. Great defense. Jay-Z Bacon is stopped on a dime.
Yeah, I do like Birmingham coming out in this 3-down lineman. It looks like I got two linebackers standing on the outside, traditional 3-4 defense. Now they're back on the 4 defensive front. Here, 3rd down. You know they're looking for number 88.
Empty set, Patterson rolling left on his back foot, steps up, holds onto the football and runs. Close to the first down sticks. They're going to say he gets just enough to keep the drive alive.
And you're going to have to be able to stop him in the past, but he also can run the football. He got 105 yards off of 25 carries so far this season, so he is deadly there. But this is a good challenge because I think he might have been short.
Yeah, it is. At first glance, felt like the squat might have been a tad generous, but we'll find out. Of course, those folks down there on the field has the better vantage point, so they'll go under the hood for this replay. Let's take a look at it, Anthony.
Yeah, I think that knee might have hit before the ball crosses the first down marker. Yeah, especially because that tackle was towards like the side, like they jerked him towards like horizontally. So I'm not sure. I think that's a short, and I think that's a 4th down.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. Minnesota will not be charged.
So the ruling on the field is overturned. An important note: Birmingham has not charged a timeout as they win that first challenge and potentially will force Worth into a punting situation here.
And you might ask, like, why is that important so early in the game? It's the first drive. It's because you know both of these teams, they control the football. They're 1 and 2 in time of possession. So you want to get the ball back whenever you can. So that's a good challenge call.
Football literally is a game of inches. We see the difference on display right there. Good kick by Sophia Peaches, fielded and returned up to the Birmingham 37-yard line by Jay Viper. Let's say hello to the Birmingham starting offense. Quarterback Jordan Goodman and halfbacks Dominic Kane and Bailey O'Shaughnessy. The wide receivers Ivan Lazardi, Dillian Lewis, and Jay Viper and Michael Goodman, so that G2G connection strong there. The tight ends Mike Kleinecht, the two tackles Morgan Turiel and Damon Alucard. The two guards, D'Angelo De Jesus and Kara Cool. And at center, Marcella Martin. First play from scrimmage. Goodman throws middle of the field where it is complete. Yard short of the first. Mike Kleineck, the tight end, with the first catch of the day.
So just like Fort, Birmingham comes out and passes the football. First play, they're trying to do something different here. We both know that their bread and butter is running the football. To get a nice 9-yard passing play on first down, it's only going to help you.
2nd and 1 with split backs. Under center is Goodman. Hands off to his halfback. Charging hard there is number 26, Dominic Kane. And, of course, just grounding and pounding those legs into the turf, and he does pick up the first.
Yeah, averaging 5.1 yards and carry per run there. That's the bruiser of the team.
3 receivers to the right. Goodman gonna scramble. He throws off his back foot into traffic, and it is incomplete. 2nd and 10. Quickly, they will come back to the line here. Not much time left, or wasted, I should say, in this huddle for either of these teams, but especially Birmingham at this point. Ball spotted right at midfield. It's of the field here. 3 receivers to the left. Here's the snap as Goodman throws. Has his man. That's a first down for the moment. We have a flag. Let's see who this is going to be called on.
Yeah.
Yep. And face mask there, Anthony, against Fort Worth. And, of course, Birmingham now rolling after that first play, plus the penalty.
Yeah, I love recognizing that single high coverage on the outside right there and just beat the defensive back. Big passing play to get down towards the red zone.
Goodman going to throw, end zone, complete. It's going to be a 1st and goal as he once again connects with Kleineck.
Yeah, and Goodman right there is feeling good. Back-to-back big plays right there. Good job on the pocket, but it's a 3-step drop. You get the ball out of your hands on that 3rd step, and what a way to deliver a strike. Now you're going to set up for just an easy running play right up the middle.
Right there. Again, 3 wide receivers to the right. Now we see motion over to the left. Here comes Michael Goodman in motion to the bottom of your screen. One man still in the backfield. It's a pitch right side for Bailey O'Shaughnessy, who walks it into the end zone. Touchdown. The Hellhounds strike first.
And why is it important the last drive on defense to challenge it, to get the ball back? Because you want to get points and you want to get out the lead early. And that's exactly what Birmingham did on that drive. And they did it through the air, which I know caught Fort Worth off guard right there. Good drive. What a way to seal it with a run to get the first points on the board.
Aiden Bradshaw's extra point is good. And so, yeah, you talk about that leverage that challenge got in favor of Birmingham. They get the football, and then they march right down the field. An impressive opening drive, and Fort Worth will have to try to find a way to reciprocate that as we are just a couple of minutes into this first quarter on this beautiful Friday night here in Birmingham. This kick will be in the back of the end zone, so a knee down, and that will be a touchback. Let's take a look at the defense for Birmingham. We've got defensive ends Gerald Cumbus and Hugo Reynosa. Defensive tackles are Logan Gardner, Joseph Soboka. The linebackers Chuck Diesel, Jimmy Burgett, Louis Quintana, and John Martin. We'll pause right there for this first play of this drive. Henry McGee, the man in motion for Fort Worth. So start from their own 20, play clock down to 5. Here's the snap, handoff, running left side, spin move. Nice carry for J.Z. Bacon as he was cooking on that play, gain of 5. Let's go back to this Birmingham defense. The linebackers Luis Quintana, John Martin. The cornerbacks Jimmy Hatzis, Stephen Goodwin, and Tate Bennett, and Ted Haynes. And the free safety Lucas DeVore, and strong safety, it's Blake Prime. After a 5-yard gain, it is 2nd and 5, and we see number 15, Mike St. Green, going out wide in motion. Handoff, nowhere. Drop behind the line immediately by Luis Quintana, previous defensive rookie of the year back in season 21.
Yeah, and the outside leverage on the outside linebacker right there. Good job keeping the play inside and making a good tackle.
St. Green again in motion as he is trailed by John Martin to the left side of the formation. Here's the snap. Patterson going to throw. Has his man. No, incomplete. Forgive me. Last minute, that ball pops loose. Tank Bennett, courtesy of that hit.
That 6'4", 227 frame was able to get his hands in there at the last second to get that ball loose. And that's a big third down stop. And now, once again, the Toros is punting the ball. And I know the Hellhounds are looking to get some good coverage on this punt.
Certainly, as you said, Tank Bennett, the season 15 defensive player of the season. Jay Viper gets this one back out to midfield. And yeah, you know, big defensive play or drive here coming for Fort Worth. Is last thing they want to do is give up a score with this fantastic field position that Birmingham has.
Yeah, you don't want to get behind 2 scores quickly. So you want to make sure you can send a little pressure and making sure that they are rattled in the pocket.
Goodman going to throw again. What do you say? 3-step drop, let it fly, and find Kleineck before the connection once more.
Yeah, and I love it. You know where your first priority target is. It's a nice little seam route, got right past the nickel corner, and just with that tall frame, able to go up there and then recognizing you're going to get a hit, and you take the hit and you keep the ball with you.
The tackle was made by the strong safety Ben Charms, who drove his opponent into the ground, but much later after the first down marker. So a big gain on first down. This time the defense does step up. They get the halfback behind the line. Let's look at the Fort Worth defense. Defensive ends Jeff Gagney and Hendrick Callahan. The defensive tackles Nate Brown and Luther Gond. The linebackers are Jasad Grackleflint, Chad Stinson, and Jeff Spicoli. The cornerbacks are Tavius Gordon and Zion Waddles and Adam Leach. Ben Stone, Ben Charles, and Delaney Nash are the strong safeties as this toss play goes left side with Kane, and he picks up a couple.
Third down right here, and you know the Toros is looking for the stop. I'm a big fan of seeing pressure here on third down. Let's see what Birmingham wants to cook up. I might want to keep it on the ground. I think the running game can get this. If you look on that left side there is some openings.
5 minutes to go. Here's a throw. Goodman has his man once more down the seam. Why look anywhere else? It's Lazardi who kind of just slithers his way for the first down on that route.
Oh, it's a great throw against that zone coverage there. Just a nice 7-yard plant the outside foot to get to the inside on that quick little skinny post and to get a first down.
The drive continues in Birmingham, already up by 7 points early in this one. Goodman, pressure coming around the edge, gets rid of it as he finds Kleineck for what is already his 4th reception of the day, and it's a 6-yard gain.
And right now, everything is just going Birmingham's way. Just really efficient with passing the football. We haven't even seen that much of the running game. They came out with a great game plan.
And here is that running game. Toss left side, going to be close to the marker. That is O'Shaughnessy, who drives forward, and he's going to be just, about a yard short. Again, another big conversion coming up here in this game.
Another big conversion here. So far, they have been collecting first downs. That's why they're number 2 in the league in first downs, because of plays like this.
And because of plays like that, it's a great run left side to Dominic Kane, who gets close to the goal line. We'll see if they're going to mark him literally about an eyelash short. And here is the second challenge already of the quarter for Birmingham.
And that's another good challenge. I think he might get in there. Look, Dominic Kane only has 1 rushing touchdown for the season. The touchdowns usually go to Bailey O'Shaughnessy, and, they're fine with that. But I would love to see Kane here to see if he got the nose of the football to cross there for a touchdown. Great blocking, that pancake block on the outside, and I think he is in.
I think he is as well. That's going to be big for Dominic Kane. As you said, so we take a look at the ruling on the field here.
Ooh, stands.
Oh, it actually does stand. I think we were quite confident that he would be, granted that touchdown. But again, it is 1st and goal. And as we said, it would take just a light breeze to just move that football right across the goal line. I mean, that's how close we are here. We'll see if the offense. Yep. Up the middle. Oh, the defense makes a big stop, Anthony. That's huge. Pushes them back a couple of yards. Jasad Grackleflint blew up the entire play.
A big stop is an understatement there. They need to do that 2 more times, but they knew that they wanted to give Kane the football up the middle. Let's see if they're going to try something different here.
Goodman again fighting the pop, giving it to Kane, who does make good work into the end zone for the touchdown. Maybe that extra yardage was what they needed to get those blocks in effect up front.
And look, he keeps his feet moving. The first contact came towards the line of scrimmage, and it was able to keep his legs moving. He was determined to get his second touchdown of the season. Good job by that offensive line, holding the blocks enough to get into the end zone. That's a quick 2 touchdowns for Birmingham.
Incredible as Jordan Bradshaw is back out to attempt another extra point to put Birmingham up 2 touchdowns in this one. This kick is good, and up to this point, Anthony, not going the way that we may have predicted it going in the pre-production meeting that we had before we went on the air. But as we said, we felt like this could be one of these games where, you know, it's a knockout punch each and every possession by both teams. At the moment, although it's early, Birmingham jumps out to a 14-point lead. Fort Worth still trying to find their footing here.
And Fort Worth still has time. They know how to get back into the game, but they have to do something on this drive because, once again, now being up 2 scores, Birmingham can control the clock and control this game.
Already down to 2:43 remaining in this opening. It doesn't work to their favor as Bacon is stopped at the line of scrimmage.
And they're gonna know, like, they're understanding Birmingham that they're gonna have to probably throw the football. But once again, good stop by the nose tackle for Birmingham.
For sure. Hugo Reynosa, the big man, on the stop. They run it again on second. Now this is much better. Good drive, good grit there for Jet Zero as he sprints his way for about a 7-yard gain on second down.
And you see the fullback there leading up the way. That's just a good, solid run that they needed. They needed to see something go at a positive yardage here. 3rd and short. That opens up the playbook here. You can keep it at the ground, or you can do something like short to your tight end.
Patterson once more under center. It is a handoff, hoping the blocks are there, and they are not. Absolutely not. It's Jimmy Burgett who is able to get in the backfield, exploit the play, and once more, Fort Worth is forced in a 4th down situation. Punting team coming.
In the 3rd time today, they stopped them on 3rd and medium, and good job by the defense here, forcing Fort Worth to punt the football.
Absolutely, as Peach's kick is fielded by Viper. 1:23 remaining. Also, another thing to mention, we talk about time of possession. Fort Worth, you know, not much time has been taken off the clock when they've been in control of the football at all. This has been a first quarter dominated in every facet by Birmingham. Here is another toss. Left side. O'Shaughnessy steps out of bounds close to the 1st down marker. And you couldn't draw it up any better than that, could you, partner?
Textbook run on 1st down there. And just right now, it seems like they are doing whatever they want to. And they're through the air and running the football. Fort Worth has to find something. A turnover is extremely helpful.
Kane up the middle, pretty good containment that time. It is a 3-yard gain on 1st down. Now, you talk about the rushing attack. Both of these teams great in the rushing attack. 180 yards per game for Birmingham. 2nd in the league, 142 for Fort Worth. 5th in the league. We've yet to see that, though, out of Fort Worth to this point. Now, you know the ground attacks working pretty nicely here for the Hellhounds. Toss play right side. O'Shaughnessy getting out again close to the 1st. And I'll tell you what, Anthony, one of the measures of their success so far is the fact that they live in 3rd and short situations that are very easily manageable.
Those are manageable, and then that makes you like hard to defend because you can run or pass when it's 3rd and short.
There you go, toss play, left side, fighting hard for the 1st, and I believe he's going to get it once more. That is Kane who picks up the 1st down.
Now look, we saw last drive, it was heavy on the pass. The last two drives. Now this drive, they're going back to textbook, back to bases here, running the football effectively.
Birmingham in full control so far. This one 14-0 over Fort Worth. You're watching the SFL on the Virtual Football Network. Cameron and Anthony here on the call with you. Big thanks to Ellie Diomez and J.W. Hartsford in the stats truck. Wonderful job, guys. Thank you both. And Cameron Irvine at SFL headquarters. We have another toss play. O'Shaughnessy, stiff arm right there. And going to be drove backwards. That's a good play. Nice job by the Toros with a little bit of reaction there. I believe that was Stinson there in the backfield.
Yeah, and we're seeing the Toros, like they are doing pretty well with the inside run. They're kind of forcing them to go outside. They just need to try to get some type of pressure and recognize that Birmingham is going to throw the football too, and it looks like this is setting up for one right now.
2nd and 9, Mike Kleinick, the tight end, moves to the left side of the formation. Goodman throws, complete, just drops that into Lizardi on a crossing route. Gets a good pickup, and once more, we're in a 3rd and 4th situation here.
And what you're seeing is like they're not trying to go for the big plays. They really are like giving what the defense is giving them. So they're just like underneath routes.
Eagles field once more, and guess who? It's Mike Kleinick. Will not be denied. Inside the 10, actually, I think they're going to say right inside the 5-yard line. Kleinick continues to have a great day.
Yeah, and that safety for the Toros playing center field has to step up. If you're wanting to go for that interception, then you got to make sure you get it. If not, you overplayed the football there, and then that a touchdown saving tackle. But once again, a big play now setting up 1st and goal, where their bread and butter is going to be running that football.
It's a true visual representation of feast or famine. You get the interception, you're the hero. If not, well, it doesn't work out very well. This time the line of scrimmage is congested, and the halfback is stopped right at the line. Ben Stone in on the tackle. Back to 2nd and goal, quickly back to the line they come. Here's Goodman. Again, powering up the middle once more is Kane. Doesn't get much. Another good tackle. We've got 3rd and goal coming here after Barb's tackle.
And you know the Toros wants to stop them on here on 3rd down. I'm thinking they had a good run to the outside when O'Shaughnessy scored on that first play there. But maybe you change it up and throw a nice little out route.
Handing it off, stepping in the end zone, no problem there. Bailey O'Shaughnessy, so the 2 halfback Birmingham are having a field day in this one. They extend the lead once more.
And it was just a halfback blast on that side. You saw the left tackle and the left guard did the double team blocks and kicked it to the outside. Nice touchdown. 3 quick scores on 3 drives from Birmingham.
Birmingham looking so impressive tonight here at home. The extra point is good. The 21-0 ball game with about 7 minutes and change remaining in the first half. Still time, though, for Fort Worth to get things going. But I do say that desperation will start to creep in pretty soon here. They got to have a good drive coming.
They do. You want to have something going into the half here. You have putting the ball on every single possession on offense. Now you got to start looking in your playbook for something a little bit different here.
Smithers Witherson, the 4th, brings that out, the undrafted rookie, working on the return unit today. It's actually the first return of the evening for Fort Worth. Total yards, yeah, you're not seeing a glitch there, folks. Just 20 total for one of the top offenses in the league. Stymied at this point, 179 for Birmingham. Here's once more a handoff up the middle. The rushing attack right now still struggling. And a big stop by the linebacker, John Martin.
And I'm going to be honest, Cameron, I'm really surprised about how flat the Toros is coming out here in this first half here. They got to put something together. Still haven't had a passing yard in this game.
No, they have not. There's Stephen Hacker going in motion. We'll see if they want to look that way here. Patterson, though, middle of the field. It is caught. It is a short gain. as he was able to find his man over the middle. I believe that was McGee on that. And it will bring up 3rd and 7.
And mind you, Cameron, they're number 1 in the league in first downs completed, and they haven't had one yet.
Oh, they throw the interception here. Coming back the other way. Already set up nicely in the red zone. What a great interception by Ted Haynes, the cornerback, in his first year here coming over from Denver.
And didn't see that the play was going to that tight end button hook, and they just sat right there in that robber zone and just lurked it. Just like played it off and then jumped on the route at the last second. That's not the turnover that the Toros wanted. They wanted to get a turnover, not deliver one.
Exactly right. And again, prime real estate here for Birmingham, who has not had to struggle at all in this game with field position. I think every position that we have seen has started right around midfield or just shy of it. And now here inside the red zone after the turnover, you expect them to get at least 3 points, if not more, as O'Shaughnessy gains a couple.
Look, Cameron, I'm not saying the game is over with, but I know that Fort Worth has to do a lot of thinking now, but they have to make some type of play. You need to have something positive going into the half.
And at this time, you do see some nice containment, good rush up front there to stop Kane on that left side toss. You know, it's tough to say. You talk about it. It's not over, but let's just say that the hole is pretty deep at this point for Fort Worth to have to crawl out of.
Yeah, and you don't want to keep adding to it, so you do want to make some stops here, maybe force into a field goal, but you don't want to give up another touchdown.
Goodman under center, again relying on the halfbacks, looking for a hole, not going to get it. The defense again, good job responding there, as that's Spicoli who makes a tackle, and it's going to be 4th and 1.
Good stop here, holding them to a field goal. But it just, something has to work on offense.
So they will get points off of turnover. The kick by Bradshaw is good. So they are able to keep them from reaching the end zone. That is a plus. It is a 24-0 lead. Birmingham over Fort Worth here. All right, we want to talk about a silver lining in the clouds. We'll start with that for Fort Worth. That's definitely one. They hold them to 3. Now, if you get a touchdown on this drive, I know that's saying a lot as they've not really been able to pick up any first downs yet to this point, but that is a big start to a comeback. The game looks different if you can get on the board here with a touchdown. They'll start from the 31-yard line.
All right, so now let's see. 5 minutes left. You know you're in a deep hole, and you got to see what you can do here. But it's one play at a time. You know you can't really throw it deep. It's going to tie the ball game up. So you want to do a good, complete drive so you can go into halftime and have something to hold your head on.
Thus far in this game, Scar Patterson 2 of 5 and an interception. Here's a delayed handoff. Bacon up the middle, picks up 5. That's not bad. That's going to help. As we said, they've struggled getting close to that yard to gain mark there. Second and 5. Coming here now for again, split backs here with Patterson under center. They go back to the ground game. Nothing there, only a yard. So, yeah, 3rd and 4 coming. Quintana with the stop here. Anthony, what are you dialing up here if you're Fort Worth? So far, the ground game has not been able to work for you.
It's been remarkable how quiet Stephen Hacker's been one of your big targets the whole season, and one completion, I think.
And Patterson goes down, flushed from the pocket, had to step up, gets caught up in traffic, and Martin gets him from behind. It is 4th and 2, and once again, here comes the punting unit. A first down, still yet to be found.
Just blanket coverage, and then stepping up and trying to make a play, and the defensive ends stayed home. It's just really disciplined football from this Birmingham team.
It certainly is. Peaches delivers a fantastic punt, though, that is going to, for the first time today, give Birmingham quite a ways to travel on the field. As they're up by 24. There you see the stats, folks. It's clear, almost 200 total yards for Birmingham, only 31 for Fort Worth, 3 of that coming in the passing department, 1.6 yards per play, and not one first down game yet. Birmingham back on the march. O'Shaughnessy gets 3.
Yeah, and this is surprising how flat they have came out. And now all you gotta, like, what you have to do is just, you're looking for that one glimmer, that one play that can get your team going.
Yeah, up the middle, I will say the Fort Worth defense is responding pretty nicely to the run the last couple of series. It does bring up 3rd and 6 here. Needing a stop is Fort Worth. 3 receivers to the right. Goodman back, throwing, off the mark, incomplete. We will see a punt here by the Hellhounds.
Yeah, and that's a good stop. You need that. You know, the Hellhounds have been they had 10 first downs already so far in this game, so that's a good stop. Forcing them to punt, the first punt of the game, and now you have 3 minutes left. You can still get some points on this board.
Definitely you can. If you can play your cards right, you can hold on to this for the majority of the final 3 minutes. That return goes nowhere by Henry McGee. They'll start from the 36-yard line. Folks, every Monday night spectacular, you can win money for your player or team by winning VFN Bingo alongside the featured game of the week. Claim your virtual card and mark off numbers coinciding with the yardage of scores and the scores themselves. So far, the pot's up to $348,000. So go get those likes up and see the VFN Bingo section of the SFL server. And as we see that, we see the first down of the game. And there's Stephen Hacker, as you mentioned.
Yep, and then that's the first down of the game so far for the Toros, and is going with Stephen Hacker. You have to give him a healthy dose of pass attempts there. You want to get something going.
The 1st and 10 coming here. There's some throws over top. This drive for the Toros.
Play so good, messed up your connection right there, Cameron. And it's a double team, good throw. You got to make something happen, and I love it. You got to go for the gusto. You got to go for some plays down the field. Good job, back-to-back passes here. Hit the ball moving.
Indeed, as it is 1st and 10. Fort Worth rolling out here. Patterson throwing back middle of the field. Tight window, but somehow able to get his man Hacker for the first down. I don't know how he fit that one in there.
I don't either, because you rolled to one side and threw it. Like it looks like that could have been intercepted, but put another zip on the football, and this is positive right here, going towards the red zone.
Two minutes remaining here in Birmingham. Back in. See what's going to be a throwing incomplete. Had the man in the vicinity, just couldn't connect with McGee.
Yeah, just a little bit too high for McGee there, but I mean, I like it. I don't mind it at all. They need to start attacking these secondaries and test them out here.
Patterson, good pocket, throws, has the connect with Mike St. Green.
First time you heard of St. Green today, and I appreciate the throw. Right over in the middle. The safeties were split to the sideline, so that middle is wide open. That's the danger when you run that cover too over the middle.
So first and goal inside the 2-yard line here. Patterson handing off, stuffed at the line. 2nd and goal coming up. Good play by Diesel.
Yeah, and that's a good play by Birmingham here. You want to see a little run out. I might look at Patterson running the football, like right there.
And there you have it. Patterson with the QB keeper. You looked into that crystal ball, partner, and you found the answer. Fort Worth on the board here. Touchdown Toros.
And you don't understand how much that can mean to a football team when they're potentially coming back there. That was a good drive. They threw the football to Hacker, to St. Green. They threw it to the receivers that they needed to get the points on the board.
The extra point is good by Sophia Peaches. It's a 24-7 ball game. Fort Worth finally on the board, stopping the bleeding.
And that's what you want to do, to stop the bleeding here, minute 13. You don't want Birmingham to get any type of points here. You want to go in the half, recognizing that you got to get the ball back to Birmingham in the third quarter, in the beginning of the third quarter, so you don't want them to score here.
So minute 12 remaining here. First to 10, Birmingham 24, Fort Worth 7. We appreciate you sticking with us here on this fantastic Friday night of football. We thank you all for being a part of it. For Birmingham, trying to move the ball down the field, get some more points before. Second 5 coming. Hit back. There's the handoff. Nothing there. I think people taking the half penalty.
Here's the thing. I wouldn't press the situation if I'm Birmingham, because anything can happen. You try to throw the football, interception, and a pick six, and then momentum is shifting another way. Just take your points, head to half.
And playing here with the final seconds ticking away.
Yeah, and this has been a truly dominant first half here for Birmingham. Last play.
In the top, it is complete to Lewis, but that is how we end the half. That has been completely dominating dominated by Birmingham up to this point. I'll get it right there, partner. As we go into the SFL halftime break, we welcome you in. Cameron and Anthony here for the first half. Anthony, I'll give you the floor, my friend. Give me your thoughts on what you want to see coming up next.
My thoughts on the first half is Birmingham was doing it through the air a lot earlier than Fort Worth expected, and I think that's a great game plan. They recognize that they run the football quite a bit, so they came out throwing the football, and it was extremely accurate. For Fort Worth, until that last drive, they were extremely flat, and I think that drive at the end of the half shows that they can put points up really quickly. It was a 6-play drive, and it was through the air. So right now, I expect Birmingham, who gets the ball back in the third quarter, to slow things down and run it with Kane and O'Shaughnessy.
And you know, Anthony, like we said, we made the comment that this game looks a lot different if Fort Worth can put a touchdown on the board, and indeed it does. So while Birmingham, they get, check marks for first and second quarter, can Fort Worth come out and respond here in the third? We will find out. We welcome you back to Brimstone Stadium as we start the third quarter on what has been, as we said, a fun night of football, especially for the Birmingham faithful here at home. We'll see what we have for the final 2 frames. Total yards, of course, it's completely dominated by Birmingham up to this point. They'll get the ball to start. This return comes out to the 24-yard line. Nice little return right there by number 15, Jay Viper.
Now, this is going to be extremely important. It's going to see what the second half, the tone is. Toros need to come out and look to get a quick 3 and out. And that's something they can do. In the last few drives leading up to halftime, they did slow down the run just enough. So let's see if they can do it this time around. We said starting from the 24, it is a handoff to O'Shaughnessy, fighting across the 30.
getting close to that first down stick. And like we said, again, another 7 yards on first down, keeping it very manageable here. Nice execution for Birmingham.
And look at the blocking in the outside by the receivers. They know the assignment. They understood it. Good job holding those blocks out.
2nd and 3 as it's Kane. Met at the line, pushed backwards. They'll actually say he got a yard there or so. That's a good defensive stop for the Toros.
Yeah, and this is why they were coming into this game first in the league and stopping the run. They do a great job, the linebackers, shooting the gaps and making plays.
3rd and 2, I formation. Here's Goodman. Tosses left. Met at the line. Oh, missed tackles. And how about Kane, Anthony?
And this is what we know from Kane. You cannot take him down on the first hit. They had him stopped in the backfield, but arm tackles are not going to work. You're going to have to wrap him up and hope another teammate is there to help you make the tackle.
Man, I tell you what, you've got to love watching an individual effort such as what we've seen from Dominic Kane there, the rookie, putting everybody on notice. Hey, both these rookies are Goodman as well. Good defensive stop that time, bottling up the halfback O'Shaughnessy. It's Ben Stone, the free safety, getting accredited with this tackle.
And that's the way you need to tackle these two running backs. You're going to send 2 to 3 people there.
Very rarely today have we seen a play go for negative yards for Birmingham, but this is the point of this right here. 2nd and 11, pressure coming. Goodman steps up, turns it into a positive gain. He does pick up 3. It does bring up a 3rd and 8.
Yeah, turning something into turn nothing into something right there. It's just getting some type of yards. 3rd and 8. And like I said, Fort Worth, they want to get a stop here. They want to get the ball back.
Trips to the left. Big play coming 3rd down here. Goodman rolling right. Throws middle. It's been bread and butter all night for him. He connects with Dillian Lewis for the first time tonight. But you can see that field is absolutely wore out where we've seen Goodman throwing to all night.
And it was a great play on 3rd down. Just a nice little rollout. Had protection from the offensive line and just waited for that receiver to come from the backside and drag across the middle.
So the drive will continue. Fort Worth's defense wants to stay out there and fight for another play. That time, I believe a hand got in there and swatted that one away, intended for Kleineck. It'll bring up 2nd down.
I think he was looking for the big play down the field, but it wasn't there. So it took a few more steps and threw it to the underneath route that almost got intercepted.
Second down coming for Birmingham. Ball just outside the 40 there. Here's a handoff to O'Shaughnessy. Up the middle, weaving his way through, picks up a decent handful there, and it will bring up a 3rd and 6 situation for the Hellhounds.
Last 3rd down situation right there. They had a little rollout and threw it over the middle. Let's see if they're going to be ready to defend it.
Keep an eye on Michael Goodman going in motion to the right side of the formation, top of your screen where there are 3 wideouts. They go that way, tipped away. Defensive prowess by number 23 once more. That's Ben Charbs.
Great. What a way to get up at the high point and knock it away. Recognizing didn't get the interception, but batted down. Good stop there, forcing them to punt.
Yeah, if you are a Fort Worth fan, if you're the Fort Worth faithful, let's put it that way, you're encouraged with what the defense was able to do. Low snap there. Bradshaw picks it up off the turf and gets a decent punt away. It does bounce into the end zone for a touchback. And now Fort Worth will take over at the 20-yard line. Folks, we want to ask you, smash that like button. The more likes we get, the more people that see our content. Each like contributes $1,000 to Monday's bingo pot. New viewers means new players. New players means growing our great community. So like this video and please turn on notifications so you never have to miss a live stream. As always, thanks for your support of the Virtual Football Network and the SFL. That pass, nothing there on first down. Back to the drawing board on 2nd.
Yeah, and this is a really key drive. If you want to make some type of attempt to come back here, It starts with this drive.
Indeed it does, as Patterson is lined up under center. It's a handoff up the middle. Pretty good run there. Good burst of speed by J.Z. Bacon. That will bring up 3rd and 4. We've seen him working out of this quite a bit tonight. What do you call here, Anthony?
It's got to be something a hecker over the middle.
Patterson does go over the middle and incomplete. We have a flag. This could be very interesting here, folks, in this development of the game. And it does go against Birmingham for defensive pass interference. Let's take a look at the replay.
Yeah, you got to let the receiver run the route. I know what you were trying to do. You went off of one receiver to try to go to the other to try to make a play. But that's big, honestly, because you was going to punt the football. Now you have the ball back. You're still alive on this drive.
Jimmy Burgett with the infraction, as that keeps the heart pumping for Fort Worth on this drive. McGee actually goes in motion as Patterson rolls out. Back to the middle. Interception. We've got another flag, 2 consecutive flags. Let's see how this one goes. Oh, face mask. And this one not going to go in the way of Fort Worth.
Yeah, and that's a rough pass over the middle. Good job by the defense undercutting the route and making a play. And then the face mask came, I guess, it might have been out of reaction. But it's what a play by Birmingham. 2nd interception of today.
They have made it a nightmare for Scar Patterson coming into this game. He had 7 interceptions. He will leave with a few more tonight. This pass, what a dot. Thrown from Goodman to Connect, and they just keep things moving here.
Yeah, and this has been a balanced offense. There, look at that throw, throwing it right in between the safety and the corner where the soft shell is, making a good strike.
So impressive again. This dominating night continuing here for the Hellhounds as they throw quickly on the go, incomplete. And a great stat that just came through from our great stats crew that says this is the 2nd straight game with an interception for Stephen Goodman.
Yeah, it's a heck of a play there, just running underneath the receiver, knowing that you had help over the top, and that's going to be really helpful for Birmingham.
Motion as the play clock gets down to 3 here. They take their time. Goodman gonna snap it and throw middle of the field. Has his man again close to the marker. Guess who? It's that G2G connection on display once more. 3rd and inches coming up.
And once again, like the medium passes on 2nd down leads to 3rd and short. That opens the playbook, but you know what's happening here. I see Kane in the backfield, and Kane got those moving legs that keeps moving after every tackle. You better double team him.
They go right up the gut. Why do anything else? Look at this, breaking tackles. The man won't be denied. Another 1st down in the red zone for the Hellhounds.
And everybody can see it. You saw Kane in the backfield, and Kane doesn't go down off that first hit. It's like, you got a freight train in the backfield, and just kept moving the legs, got another 1st down.
And now you start to see the time of possession, the fatigue starting to wear here. Here, going to have to come back for Spinette, but he reverses course, comes upfield, and gets a couple of positive yards on a play that looked disastrous for a moment.
And Birmingham is doing exactly what they've been doing all season long. They're 1st in the league in time of possession with 24 minutes they average in the game, and they are on track to do even more than that today.
Trips to the left. Here's the blocking out front for O'Shaughnessy. Gets to the 10-yard line before he is brought down. And yeah, like you said, starting to see this Fort Worth defense get very tired. And could you blame them? They've really took the workload on here tonight.
And they've been on the field way more than the offense, and they're tired. They're stuck and waiting.
Goodman throwing, end zone, touchdown. An exclamation point on that drive delivered by Ivan Lazardi on an absolute dot by Jordan Goodman.
Yeah, when you're expecting the run, you saw the quarterback. They're looking in the backfield for the run, and the wide receiver got right behind him. And this is just a surprising, dominant football game from Birmingham against the Turtles.
Most definitely. As we came into this game, expecting it to be, a little bit more down to the wire. Birmingham has just had Fort Worth's number all night, as Bradshaw's extra point is good, extending their lead. Folks, coming up tomorrow on the Virtual Football Network, the defending champion Vancouver Legion visit the last unbeaten team of season 26. That's the Houston Headhunters at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time right here on the Virtual Football Network. Other action around the league includes Oklahoma City and Detroit, Arizona and D.C., Los Angeles and Anchorage, all right here on the Virtual Football Network. Back here at Brimstone Stadium, it's been a party all day for Birmingham at home in front of their faithful fans. 31-7 the lead with 3:42 remaining in this third quarter. Here's the snap. Scar Patterson down as quickly as he gets the football. I mean, as soon as he touched it, John Martin rolls him up.
Just swarming defense. This is a really scary team, Cameron. They are showing it on offense and defense. Didn't even have time to do your full three-step drop. Is right in there past the lineman.
I want to say hello to Critical Beard, who is here in the chat. Good evening to wherever you are, sir. Thank you for checking the SFL right here on the Virtual Football Network. Here's Patterson, taking a long time. Gets it, for the most part, gets off the back to Mike St. Green. We will have 3rd and inches on the way.
And even like the defense, they don't mind it if they recognize the first round marker. They'll give them anything underneath. The struggles today with the Toros has been these third down situations. To have a good football team, you got to convert these.
3rd and short, got to get this one. They do. Jet Zero bounces left side and does pick up the first.
And it's been a quiet game for Jet Zero, and that's just because the Birmingham rushing defense has been really solid.
I don't know that we anticipated the rushing defense from Birmingham to literally put the brakes on this Fort Worth rushing attack in the manner with which they have. It's been surprising really to all of us. Patterson, another handoff again, just grinding, pounding up the middle goes J.Z. Bacon. It's only been the last couple of drives that they began to make a little bit of headway.
And the only time they're making the headway is just because they've been when they pass the football effectively. But essentially, all game, they haven't been doing that. So it's easy to put more players in the box to stop the run.
And another handoff here, this time behind some big men trying to push the pile. Prime makes the stop, and Fort Worth will be faced with a 3rd and 3. Take a listen to that Birmingham faithful here. Getting louder with the defensive chants calling out here. Trying to propel their defense to make a big stop. And stop they will. Access denied. Luis Quintana and a host of others in on that stop. It's 4th and short.
And once again, this has been the story of today, is not converting on 3rd downs and punt the ball more times than they usually do, and that is going to be the formula of a losing football game.
It is, as a fair catch is called for at the 27-yard line. Very uncharacteristic for short. Folks, if you're new to the Simulation Football League, we want to say welcome. The SFL is football for everyone. Get off the sideline and start your player today by joining our Discord server over at simfl.net. Click the Join the Community button and begin your career, or if you just want to meet the stars of the SFL on and off the field, it's never too late to get involved, and we encourage you to do so. We'd love to have you. Play clock down to 5 here for Birmingham, up 31-7. Toss play, left side, bouncing out of it is O'Shaughnessy. Gets close to the first down again, and it goes back to this rushing attack that simply just one tackle ain't going to do it, is it, Anthony?
No, and that's the thing. They're doing these arm tackles from both O'Shaughnessy and Kane, and that they eat that for breakfast. They're going to run through at least 2 arm tackles every play.
Kane again pushing the big lineman from behind, and they're going to say he's just short of the first, but no, they're going to actually say he got it there up on the spot of the ball. So the drive will continue here for Birmingham late in this third quarter. And now we get ready and transition to the fourth quarter, folks. 3 down, 1 more quarter to go. Get your 4s up in the chat. You're watching the SFL on the Virtual Football Network right here on YouTube. Gamer Duty here with you with Anthony Ellison, Ellie Diomez, and J.W. Hartsford in the stats truck tonight. And Cameron Irvine at the commissioner at SFL HQ. As we start this fourth and final quarter, Birmingham in control. Here's the snap throw, middle of the field. It's off the mark. Good defense intended for Michael Goodman.
Yeah, and entering this fourth quarter here, if I'm fourth, what I'm trying to do is trying to regain some of my swagger that probably got damaged in the first 3 quarters because it's just been a rough game. And in Birmingham, it's just about just making sure you don't do any errors here.
Yeah, that pass wide of the intended target, incomplete, and 3rd and 10. We will now go, and you make a good point, boy. When we look back at this game, Anthony, in retrospect, you see how the majority of the damage took place in the early moments of this game in the first quarter.
The first drive, they had struggles.
And there was a quick 21 points put on the board early in this game by Birmingham, and it's been an uphill battle ever since. And this defense right now getting picked apart by Goodman as he is able to find a leaping Ivan Lazardi, the rookie, for the first down, one-handed.
When you have receivers like that sometimes you might not make the perfect pass, but they will come and give you a hand and a help. That is just a formula from a good football team.
Confidence right now, I think is the right word. It's brimming here at Brimstone Stadium for these Hellhounds. That pass a little bit off the mark. Defense was able to step up there. Goodman, again, the intended target. But, yeah, they've got a swagger about them, don't they? Not just tonight, but so far this season. I mean, this is a team that looks good, feels good, and plays good.
And that is the formula of a great team. When you can look good, play good, you feel good, things just happen for you when you have that confidence.
Certainly, as Goodman out throws again wide open over the top of the secondary as he's able to pick them apart with Dillian Lewis getting another grab.
And look at how they did it today. They did it with mostly coming out, being aggressive on early downs, passing the football. And coming in today, they had a run to pass ratio of 2-15. So the fact is now you're seeing that they have more of a balanced attack and caught the Toros off guard. They didn't expect for them to have a good passing attack early this game.
That bottom lineman this time is Bailey O'Shaughnessy. And like we said, it has been rare to see them go for any negative yards today. This time it is the case. Big Nate Brown, a previous All-Star there, making the stop credited on it. So 2nd and 11 coming for Birmingham. Back to Kane. It's like he just gets a second dose of energy, and you can't get him when he gets out in the flat open like that.
Yeah, look at number 76. That was an offensive tackle, Damian Alcard. 6'7", 330-pound rookie, pancaking that lineman on the outside.
We love a good pancake around here, especially at 10:57 Eastern time, right? I mean, pancakes for breakfast, pancakes for dinner, night snack. You gotta love one. That's a good Good defensive play by Nate Brown once more on that play. So we got another second down situation coming.
I love my offensive lineman. Anytime I can show love to the offensive line, I can. And today, they have played great pass protection and then great run blocking.
And again, just utilizing that ground game. Maybe not getting the most yardage at this point, but what it's doing, taking that time off the clock so that they can, well, for lack of a better word, I guess we'll say, chalk that victory up as soon as they possibly can here. Third down, Goodman with time, throwing end zone. A whole gang of Toros back there going to make sure that pass doesn't get completed. 4th and 18.
Good pass coverage there. I love it when you know, if you can't get to that interception, just knock it down. And, you know, I love the fight that the Toros are still doing there, knowing the game might be a little bit out of hand.
They certainly continue to fight, and of course they can certainly hold their head high for that. 25-yard attempt coming here from the left hash mark. Bradshaw able to tack 3 points on, 34-7. And you know, you hate to say it, Anthony, but you know, we talked about, you know, looking back on this game as it's went along. I don't know that we really thought that it was over by, you know, halftime, but I tell you what, because of this Fort Worth Toros offense, it's been well in hand for quite a while at this point.
Yeah, and you thought, yeah, you know, Birmingham, they came out and they scored really quickly, but you were just hoping that they were going to put a little fight back to it.
For sure. Hey, let's go to Cameron Irvine for the first time tonight at SFL HQ. Good evening, Cam.
Thank you, Cameron. Good evening. And when y'all are done, we got a competitive game in Kentucky. That's Deion James, the 1-yard touchdown run. It's 17-10 Lexington at the half as Chicago looks for their first win and Lexington searches for their second. Back to you.
Thank you, Cam. Much appreciated. And yeah, everybody take a look at that after this game is over here. Of course, that's some great viewing material as well. For here, though, like we said, if you're a Birmingham fan, it's got to be feeling pretty good. But, you know, you got to talk about, you know, and we will. We'll talk about the Fort Worth team here and some of the highlights that they've had so far in this season, and certainly more to come. You know, tonight going to be a down part, and it obviously kind of a disappointing effort here tonight, just not coming out. But again, you know, this is a team, we talked about it before, Anthony, they can get the ship turned around. They're loaded with talent.
Yeah, and, you know, take advantage of the up-and-coming bye weeks and the break to rest up, to maybe look at different plays in your playbook and maybe get rid of some and add some and try to make some adjustments as best as possible.
They come out, you know, fighting when they get back on the field. Now, you don't want to have, you know, that bitter taste of defeat in your mouth when you go into the bye week. Not only do they have, like you said, one bye week, 2 straight bye weeks coming here for Fort Worth. You'll not see them again until March the 28th when they play the Miami Stingrays in a divisional matchup. They'll be going to Miami. They find Hacker on the outside. He gets into Birmingham territory.
And I promise you, that's like the best thing for them is these back-to-back bye weeks, and just get the rest and you know, give your team a couple of days off and then come back fresh. You know, a Miami team that is struggling this season, maybe that's something that will get you right back on the ship.
Fort Worth comes into this game, you know, we mentioned 3-2 with a tough schedule that they've already went through. Some really good competition, and that's a great run right there by Jay-Z Bacon. One of the best of the night for Jay-Z.
Yeah, and led by that fullback up the middle, blocking the linebacker, and then Jay-Z with the patience to get the run. One, like you said, one of the best runs so far today for him.
We were talking about that season 26 schedule for Fort Worth up to this point. They played Bossier City, who they beat. They lost in a nail-biter to Florida. Then they won against Lexington, lost again to Mexico City. Of course, you know Mexico City is no slouch either. They beat Arizona, though, last week, going 24-13 in that one. Big highlight there, as that's a good completion over the middle. And this drive will keep going here. So Fort Worth, right in the middle of a very difficult portion of their schedule here. Patterson throwing here, the no huddle to McGee inside the 5, Anthony.
Yep, and once again, you want to take something out of this game, and it looks like that's what they're trying to do right now. That was almost intercepted.
Yeah, that was a moment of bated breath there for Fort Worth fans, as that was a big hand there getting in on that. Blake Prime, the safety, with the swat down. Here we've got 2nd and goal coming. Throwing. Oh, and there's the interception. Giving it up, and Prom said, hey, I had it the first time. Let me try it again. What a play as he blended into that backfield there for the interception, Anthony. Take us through it.
Just exclamation point on this game right there. Just it's blending in with the dark end zone. The jerseys are dark right there. You just didn't see it. And what a way to just be a spy and watch the quarterback's eyes and lurked. And like you said, knocked it down the play before and was able to take it home on the next one.
Yeah, like you said, that's the cherry on top. Maybe we should say that's the whipped cream on top of the pancake, right? As that's a good run up the middle. We've been thinking about pancakes ever since you made that fantastic point of making that block there on display, Anthony, earlier in the game. So you know what? Hey, let's have some fun. Let's ask a couple of questions here that I'm interested to know from you and the chat if they want to get involved. What is your favorite type of pancake?
Oh, my favorite, and I guess the order is chocolate chip pancakes. I need a good quality chocolate chip pancake. But to be honest, if I can go to Waffle House and get me a quality chocolate chip waffle, I'll take that any day of the week.
Oh, yeah, there you go. You can't go wrong with that. $5 super chat says, it's prime time Toros. Absolutely. As we thank you for that super chat. Yeah, I tell you, waffles are great too. I mean, that's a whole discussion in and of itself. You know, what do you prefer, waffles or pancakes? And crepes, right? I mean, crepes are much, you know, what the lighter, fluffier version of a pancake. I mean, that's a thing too. Although I'm a big boy, man. I gotta have the heavy stuff there. 3rd and 4 coming. Play clock down to 5.
And I love the comment by JW. Is pancakes with abs. That's what waffles are. But waffles is my go-to. I need the regular egg waffles, and I need the syrup to go into every little dimple there. So yeah, and we saw another pancake right there to add to what we're talking about here. Great run by O'Shaughnessy.
I tell you, the chat coming alive with that. Lucas DeVore says waffles are better than pancakes, and Jalen McCoy says anything because a pancake is a pancake. So there you go. Now, you know, and we could have this debate for hours too. Do you prefer a Waffle House? Do you prefer IHOP? You know, I mean, where is everybody's pancake place of preference there? As we see this toss play to O'Shaughnessy right side, not going to get it, loss of 2.
I'm from the South, so you give me a Waffle House any day. I got a Waffle House 10 minutes from where I am, and yeah, just give me a solid waffle. I'm good to go.
But you remind me off the break here, I got to tell you a story about going into a Waffle House at 4 a.m. in South Carolina. 2-minute warning, folks, here in Birmingham. You're watching SFL on the Virtual Football Network. Welcome you back in here, Cameron and Anthony, Ellie and J-Dub. SFL headquarters. Here's a run right up the middle. Kane gets about a yard. Seeing the timeouts being called.
I'm telling you, just real quick about Waffle House. Waffle House is a place you can get a quality waffle and probably a quality fight in between. It's entertainment and food. You can't beat that.
Yeah, you know, honest, you get dinner and a show. And I think I was about there myself, as I said, ventured into one after a concert that we were traveling back through one night. And it was one of those things that they could just clearly tell you we're not from there, because as soon as we walked through the door, through the threshold of the front door, every head in the restaurant just turned looking straight at us.
Yeah.
And it was just you had the whole, like the tumbleweed rolling across the floor in front of you there. It was a very, very intimidating sight. Not sure why it was so intimidating to those folks. I'm not a scary guy at all, but they had an eye on us, I guess, just passing through. But left me a little unnerved. My pancakes didn't go down so well that night.
I don't care what's going on around me. If I have a waffle in front of me, that's what I'm gonna focus on and enjoy. Kind of like how Birmingham has been focused this whole game and literally just been dominating both sides of the football.
Patterson throwing middle of the field to Hacker, complete, 1st and 10. The timeout's continuing to be called. In the chat, Prime Time says, should dominant blocks in the SFL be called waffles and not pancakes? Good question. Lucas DeVore says biscuits and gravy is the best breakfast food of all time. Cannot go wrong there. Right? And Arizona Scorpion says All-Star Slam from Waffle House will have you right.
Talk to him, Scorpion. Talk to him right there. Get a waffle, eggs, bacon, or sausage, depends on what you like. Get some grits on the side. You have the items in 20 minutes.
Maybe we should just all meet up afterwards and just get some breakfast after this game. I mean, I'm willing to travel at this point. Patterson throwing incomplete, brings up 3rd and 3. And Arizona says in the chat, and cheap, mind you.
That's the most important thing. It's cheap. You all that for like $14. You don't even need orange juice. You can get some water, and you'll be feeling good. You can go right back to sleep.
Everything tastes better if it's cheap. Throw, comeback route, incomplete right there. Good defensive stop, and that will bring up 4th and 3. Expected to go for it here.
I wouldn't mind calling a pancake block a waffle block right there, especially ones that like completely flatten out the defender. That sounds good. There might be a ring to it. Like, let's get an offensive lineman with the last name Waffle.
I like it. Maybe we just need to start a trend here, Anthony, on these Friday night matchups that we are so fortunate to have. As we see McGee Gord in motion on 4th and 3. Could be the final play of the day here. Batted and off the hands, and that's going to do it for the Toros tonight as Birmingham will take over this final 70 seconds or so. I don't want to miss the comment there in the chat. Wanted some love for French toast, and yeah, man, I don't oppose anything if it's breaded and sugared and powdered and all that good stuff. That's some good stuff too.
Yeah, don't sleep on it. It's just that when you talk about a waffle, you don't understand how great a quality syrup can go on that waffle. And if you had a Waffle House one, they just built different. They are. I don't know what's in there. I don't, but I'm addicted to it.
It's magic. I think it's just the whole experience.
I was going to say something else, but you know what? The magic, that's exactly what we're going to say there. I think the experience of it's kind of like going to a medieval night show. Like, you get a dinner and a show. You go to Waffle House at 2 o'clock in the morning, you're going to get the same type of thing. You might get hit with a chair, too.
Experience. So if you ain't brawling with somebody, what are you doing there?
Thank you.
Neil down here by Birmingham. Question in the chat says, who does the Toros play next? They've got a bye week for the next 2 weeks, Jalen, and then off to Miami for a divisional matchup coming on March the 28th, as a matter of fact. Well, we've had a lot of fun here, obviously, and so is Birmingham tonight. They may even celebrate at their local Waffle House. I think they certainly probably have a hot spot or two, and why not? 34-7, the victory tonight, as we see the final seconds here ticking away. Anthony, we'll go right to our final thoughts and, of course, the game ball that we'll want to give on a dominating night here at Brimstone Stadium. Congratulations to Birmingham and a good game played by Fort Worth, leaving it all out on the field for the full 4 quarters. What's your final thoughts, my friend?
We're looking at a Birmingham team, especially with the bye coming up, that is really going to go towards that number 1 spot in the South Division. They got some tough matchups coming up. Fort Worth, do not put your head down. You're going to come back. You're going to have to take 2 weeks off. You're going to heal up, and you're going to make adjustments, and you're going to go out and play Miami at Miami. They're gonna call that a trap game for y'all, but that's something that you want to keep. You want to get a win coming out after 2 weeks off and try to keep going. For the game ball, for me, I was a big fan of how Kane ran the football, or Shaughnessy ran the football there, but let's not sleep on it. The tight end, Mike, we 110 yards reception there, and Goodman 249 yards. I'm gonna give it to the running game of Shaughnessy and Kane.
There you go. Folks, let's go grab some pancakes or waffles, whatever your choice is. For Cameron Irvine, Ellie Diomez, J.W. Hartshorn, and my buddy Anthony Ellison, I'm Cameron Duty. Have a good night. Thank you for participating. Thank you for hanging out with us. You're watching the Simulation Football League on the Virtual Football Network. Good night. We'll see you next time.